great. We figured it out.
Dan, will you give me more of whatever I was drinking?
Yes.
What is it? Okay. All right, well, while you're doing that, hey, everybody!
Hi, guys.
From Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's Thank God I'm pouring a drink.
I'm Frank.
And I'm Dan. And it's our 200th episode, and we don't give a fuck.
We do this every 50 episodes, guys. So if you happen to be a new listener, I guess that's possible.
Right.
Someone could be new. You may want to just skip this one and come back to it.
Yeah, well...
Like, don't use this as, like, your first sample.
It's not going to be typical.
What we are.
It's not going to be
if
typical.
you just want to listen, just to listen, fine.
Yeah, listen in. The deal is that we're celebrating, and when Frank and I celebrate, we like to get a little... We're tying one on tonight, baby.
And the thing is, we don't drink on the show.
No.
A lot of podcasts, that's kind of their thing.
Pretty much all of the podcasts drink on the show. They don't talk about it necessarily, but they're all... Roman Mars...
A couple beers.
That guy is drunk the whole time.
Blind. Like, he doesn't even know what he's saying.
Yeah. No, these people...
They have to edit that show so much. You can hear it.
You can hear how much they have to edit.
Hear how much
Yeah, totally. We don't edit because we're not good at this.
Well, we just don't do that part of it.
Totally.
We said from day one, Dan, this is going to be like it's a live show.
Right. And it is a live show. Only you don't hear it live. It's
recorded live.
Live in front of a studio audience. Live on tape. Coming to you live on tape from Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
The podcast.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
And then you're Frank and I'm Dan.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how we normally do this.
Actually, coming up on the show today, before we get into the utter nonsense that's going to proceed, we had the nice Cecile and Tom on from
Cognitive Dissonance. Yeah.
So we pre-recorded that. We were sober
for that. Although we did try to match their energy, which probably made us sound a little drunk. Those guys.
They've got energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're like comatose compared to those guys.
I thought they sped up the show. No, wow.
Yeah,
no. But great time. We actually went on their show.
Yeah, we went on theirs. They're
did a
coming
little
on
interview
ours
with them, so everybody should go check.
Oh, you know what?
out.
You know what? Here's what we forgot to do on that interview, and I'm just going to throw it out there right now because we'll forget later because
we'll be drunk.
We'll be drunk. Yeah. That we forgot to ask them where to find their show. So I'm going to look it up right now on the internet.
Yeah, but the name of the show is Cognitive Dissonance.
Right, and it's
You've
on.
probably seen that on iTunes.
It's on iTunes.
If you type in Atheist Podcast,
yeah,
they're in front of us.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Hang on, typing.
They're a bigger show than we are.
It's like, how do you find your show? I don't know. Do you know the internet? Have you ever used it before? It's fucking, you type it into Google.
Google shit, yeah.
It's dissonancepod.com is their website.
Okay, cool.
Dissonancepod.com.
Yeah.
And
the word dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're sounding it out.
I'm saying it phonetically.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can get it on iTunes or Stitcher or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I assume. I hope they're on Stitcher. And
yeah,
iTunes.
they're on that. I can see it. It's on their website. It says so.
Oh. Then you nailed it.
They got the Facebooks and the Tweeters and all of that sort of thing.
Well, so also different today.
Yeah,
is the fact that
we're not prepared at all.
We're not prepared at all. We realized that we fucked up our scheduling for the week.
Yep.
And so I'm not available on our normal time.
Right.
I thought we had agreed, but clearly there was miscommunication.
We had agreed, and then I fucked it up.
And then I was trying to I was throwing you a bone, Dan. And
I can own it. It's cool. I'm eating pizza, you guys. We ordered pizza, too.
So we finished up with the Cognitive Dissonance guys, and we realized, oh shit, we better record right now. So we ordered a pizza. Dan pulled out some very nice High West whiskey. That's what I'm drinking.
Yeah. And then I drank a glass of that and then decided to switch it up because I'm not much of a whiskey guy. And I realized, here's what I realized. The first time I ever got drunk in my entire life.
Uh-oh. Wait, was it whiskey?
It was whiskey and Domino's pizza.
Okay.
And it
was just going to be a bad combo for you?
I got so sick, I almost died. So I realized, oh shit, I'm not going to do that again. So I whipped up a White Russian.
Yeah, but I would think you're a much more experienced drinker now.
I am, but it's very, I don't know. I didn't like the combination that was coming my way, so I switched
Fortunately, my first drunk is something I don't. It doesn't bother me that I'll never drink it again ever.
I'm going to guess it was some sort of horrible schnapps.
It was peach schnapps. Peach schnapps. And let me tell you, like, schnapps, if I remember correctly, it's not like it's a liqueur.
Yeah.
They're not like chock full. They're not like 80
You got
proof
drunk on schnapps?
It was like one of the first times I ever drank.
Yeah.
And we drank, there were like 3 of us, and we drank the whole fucking bottle of schnapps. Like, total fucking amateurs.
That's not good.
And if I know me, I probably had at least half of it, and the other 2 split the other part, but whatever. But, so anyway, we didn't have time to prepare today.
I don't give a fuck.
I've got a story that I have not read.
Okay. Oh, cool. Read it to us as you go. Skim it.
No. We actually, in the early days of doing the show, if you'll recall, we did one where we didn't prepare. We didn't announce that we didn't do it. We didn't prepare.
We just dove in?
We seriously like had our 3 little stories, and like we picked them super quick and we just recorded.
We're very irresponsible.
Yeah. Well, it's always been sort of our MO with the show, which is we really don't try that hard.
I just did a spit take. Just a minor
Sorry,
one.
I'm still a little phlegmy from the cold.
Yeah, you were sick.
Boy, I was sick.
Sorry last week's show was late, but Frank was sick.
I was. That was not even related to the other sick.
Yeah.
Like, Mackenzie texted and was like, I'm really worried about you.
Yeah, are you okay? Where's the show?
And I'm like, I'm fine. It's just another unrelated thing. I was writhing in pain, literally crawling around my apartment with back pain. It was just awful. So I was just getting like better from a cold, and then I had back problems, and it was just fucking awful. Anyway, so
that's code for he was drunk.
How is that code for drunk?
You're bad at code. Just kidding. Go on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do your thing.
All right. So the U.S. Postal Service has announced that
Frank and Dan stamp. They've announced the Frank and Dan stamp.
That would be closer to what they're not going to be doing this holiday season, which is religious stamps.
They're not going to be doing any?
They are not issuing religious stamps this year. It's strictly a, quote, business decision. And there will be no new religiously themed holiday stamps in 2015. And
no new ones. So they
might have some old ones from like last year,
right,
just sitting around. But they're not going to issue any new ones. Apparently there's no evidence found of any public notice. Wait, what does this say? This is the thing. Denoting a change in policy. Yeah, I don't know.
We're reading as we go.
People don't really care, except for those that do.
Oh, yeah.
There are going to be those who are throwing their just little hissy fits over this.
You know the phrase the silent majority? They're not the ones that are going to be worried about this.
It's the loud.
It's that really, really loud minority that's really pissed off about this. I'm gonna guess that at some point we're gonna have a Patty break, and it's gonna be Pat Robertson talking about the end of days because there's no fucking Jesus stamp this year.
Right. Well, now apparently, if I'm skimming this correctly,
if I'm cursory glancing over this in proper form,
there will be seasonal stamps that will have sort of a snowflake, right?
And maybe a pine tree, a white pine tree sort of thing.
Yeah, like a snowy scene, something wintry. And this specifically says a snowflake. Now, I didn't read it closely enough to know what they're talking about when referencing a Charlie Brown Christmas, whether they're doing something for it or not.
Yeah.
But that was mentioned in the story.
I'm going to guess that there's a stamp of Charlie Brown just looking sad in the snow. That's all it is. All right, I'm going to move us right along to a story that I haven't yet to read called... Let's see. This is from Reuters.
right. I love right.
In Atlanta, Georgia, Dateline Atlanta, Georgia high school violated a public school district policy by apparently allowing a mass baptism. Oh, I did see about this. Baptism of its members, of its football team.
No, this was just on the evening news.
Was it?
I don't think No, we didn't talk.
No, we haven't talked about this. Yeah. Apparently, a pastor came in and baptized 18 of the high school football players at Villa Rica High School in a tub.
Yeah.
But not like a bathtub, like a little, like
a cow trough.
and then like a
watering trough for cattle.
like a storage bin, like a
Rubbermaid bin.
Yeah, I think so. We went to the container store and went to the font section.
That's the most expensive font they've ever bought, probably.
So Annie Laurie Gaylor, who is co-president of the FFRF, said, quote, "We are pleased that the school district has publicly affirmed its commitment to keep religion out of public school events."
Yeah, smart.
And concurs that the bizarre baptisms crossed the line. I'm sure that there are plenty of people. You know what I'm going to do right now, which we never do?
What?
I'm going to try and find comments about this. Where are the comments?
It depends on.
There's only 2 comments.
What?
This is on.
Reuters.
I'm on RNS. They picked up this Reuters thing.
They get some comments. Usually, it's not the most active community.
It's not exciting
unless it's like a really juicy.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it on Reuters. I want comments. I want to hear what the assholes are saying about this. No, that's not. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, I don't got it.
Skip that.
Yeah, all right. You do a thing. Do you have anything?
Well, I have some clickbait for you.
Ooh, nice. Nice. We just click the bait. Why not?
I clicked it, so there will be clicking through it since it involves a slideshow.
Okay. You clicked on a slideshow clickbait.
I did.
Oh my God.
But the headline was too good to pass up, Dan. Because it's one of those.
Was it celebrities who are married to ugly people?
Well, it is celebrities.
Yay!
And it's one of those where it's like, okay, 11 black celebrities you didn't know were Jewish.
What the fuck? No,
do you want to play a guessing game?
It's very good. Sammy Davis Jr. is the first one.
Or
the last one.
Well, I'm waiting for the slideshow to start.
Yeah, start the damn slideshow.
Apparently, well, damn it.
Is it not
Come
going?
on, it's not working. The ones that we can see, Lenny Kravitz, I think everybody knew that one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that? Yep.
He's like half, yeah.
Drake.
Really?
Did you know that?
Mazel tov, Drake.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know either. That one's unfortunate. Shana Tova.
Nope, got no idea.
Okay, this is bad.
But that does sound kind of Jewish. The name just sounds like a Jewish holiday. Happy Shana Tova. Everybody eat your challah. Blow the shofar. We've got it's Shana Tova today.
Oh my God. There was one that was.
Did you put blood on your door for Shana Tova?
Oh my God, Dan. One of them was, it was like one of the kids from The Cosby Show. I can't remember who that was. God damn it, I totally fucked this one up. But this is what happens when you don't prepare. No, it was the older sister.
I don't know which one is that. Was it Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet, I think, is what the clickbait said.
Aha.
It was like Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, we knew. And it was like, we knew about Lisa Bonet?
What do we know
Somebody
about?
has said the name Lisa Bonet in the last...
Yeah, somebody knows anything about Lisa Bonet other than her involvement on... unlimited involvement on The Cosby Show. She was like on and off.
on The Cosby Show, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was like... Was she Denise?
I think she would have had to have been.
You see, Denise, the problem is that you're half Jewish and we can't have that on The Cosby. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't ever get to
Really? You just made him anti-Semitic?
Oh, what? I'm tarnishing Bill Cosby's reputation now?
Well, I mean, you're just adding to it.
I never get to do my Cosby impression anymore. It's not great, but Jesus, it was when you have a good an impression,
When you have a semi-decent impression.
you just want to be able to use it. I can't do my George W. Bush is no longer topical.
No.
And Cosby's
Do
playing.
you have a good Jeb? Can you do a Jeb?
Can anyone do it? Does anyone know what Jeb sounds like?
What about Trump?
I should do a Trump.
You need to study Trump.
I'll work on a Trump.
Yeah, because
in the meantime, we'll
that man.
That man. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's going places. That guy. I don't think we've seen the last of him.
Oh, it is baffling.
Yeah. Huh. By the way, dear listener, if any of you out there have thought about voting for Donald Trump,
we would love to hear why.
Yeah, just do it. Just vote for him. Everybody vote for Donald Trump. Let's just see. I've always wanted to see an apocalypse. Surely, if anything can bring it about, it is the Donald.
I know.
I'm going to go to... We got to talk about this. Oh, this is a bad idea. I clicked on something that, is a big deal, but it's a bad idea for us to talk about it on this show. But how about that crane at Mecca?
Oh.
Holy
That
fuck.
was something else. I wouldn't watch all the videos because
No.
I apparently there were some very gory, horrifying videos that did hit the internet.
Oh, really?
I did watch one of the videos of the tower coming down.
Of the crane?
Of the crane, yeah.
There was so for those of you who don't know, for the 5 of you who didn't hear about this, in Riyadh, in Mecca, the big mosque that has the
Grand Mosque
that has the tesseract in the middle of it that everybody walks around for Hajj.
right.
A crane collapsed and killed well over 100 people.
Yeah.
And injured hundreds more. Because they were all prepping for this Hajj thing. It wasn't even Hajj yet.
Yeah, but they're
all
still marching around and
they're just
doing all of that.
Yeah.
But so crane at Grand Mosque caught my attention.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Because I know about all the construction that's going on around the mosque, and I'd heard that they had plans to expand the mosque.
Yeah.
But I wanted more information because I hadn't heard that it was actually happening as we speak.
Yeah.
Did you look to see what they're doing?
No.
It is insanity. So
the thing is that the thing is surrounded by cranes. There's 20, 50 cranes on this thing.
So they're reconfiguring the sort of the open space that's around the big box in the middle.
The tesseract.
Yes, that thing. That's
The
not what it's really called.
It's a Rubik's Cube.
Oh boy.
It's a big black box.
Yeah, and I'm blanking on what the thing is actually called.
I don't know.
But anyway, so when you go and do Hajj, right? Part of it is you have to march around the big black box.
Yeah.
The Maquis,
I just Googled Black Cube Mecca. Kaaba.
The Kaaba, thank you. So people, they march around the Kaaba, and I can't remember, 3 times, 10 times, however many times they do it. And supposedly in sort of the old system, with the amount of space that they had, open air space around it, they were able to get 40,000 people through an hour or something like that, which is pretty remarkable all in itself. Well, they are building a circular 3-tiered tower thing that's around the Kaaba.
Please tell me it has a moving walkway.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They don't make the Hajj is not about ease. They don't make it easy for you, Dan.
Yeah, but it'd be better if it'd be funnier.
Well, if the VIP area has
exactly
moving sidewalks. But anyway, so now and with complete entrances that are coming in from the outside. right? Like, you're not going upstairs to get to it while you're on, like, the floor of this area just so you can walk around 3 times or whatever.
Right.
You, like, it is, like, crowd control to the max. And, like, so this is what they're doing. They're expanding the space, and they're building this thing. And that's why there were all these cranes. Well, then I started reading the story more, and they were like, and this addition onto the Grand Mosque will allow for 40,000 worshippers to, you know, be in the whole space at the same time. And this addition over here will allow for 80,000, and this space over here will allow for 100,000. And I was just like the numbers just kept adding, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? When they are done with the expansion at the Grand Mosque, there will be space for 1.85 million worshippers.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Dude, if you guys have ever seen video of this, here's the thing. I've seen like video, I've seen still photos of this event happening, and I always go like, hope they don't have an accident.
Let me tell you, because there's going to be a hospital facility.
It's horrifying how many people are packed into this thing.
But hospital facility, like not like there's like a first aid station. Hospital facility inside this place.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 1.85 million people in one space, you need some serious like restroom services.
Yeah.
You need like, I think it was something like 11,000 security personnel.
Do you think Burning Man's consulting with them on this?
This outscales Burning Man
by a damn sight. That's true.
By a huge amount.
Yeah, they're
huge amount. That's 60,000 people out in the desert.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just saying they're good at the logistics. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but again, logistics on this scale has to be
crazy,
like just absurd. Anyway, the Hajj is look up videos on it. It's
crazy.
It is crazy. Vice did an online video a number of years ago before they started their show on HBO.
Sure,
of one of their reporters. Son of Pakistani parents who wanted to go.
Oh.
And so he went with them even though he wasn't a practicing Muslim. And because he wasn't practicing, he didn't really care about all the rules about not taking video and all that. So he had like just a little point and shoot, and he was just taking tons of video. And they edit it together, and he narrates it. It's pretty cool.
Anyway, what do you got? Do you have another thing?
Oh, I forgot to get another thing. Let's look. Let's open up. I'm opening up the iPad right now.
Okay.
Let's just pick one.
Yeah. Just go rando.
Let's see. No, we talk about that later. No,
we didn't talk about it on our show though.
Oh,
we talked about it on their show.
The Mormons stocking up.
Yeah, let's do that on our show.
Let's do it. Yeah,
good job.
So Dan, I'm sure people have heard about this, right? That there's going to be this blood moon event this month.
That the world's going to end, you guys,
at the end of September.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget to mention the end of the world.
I'm actually kind of bothered because I'm supposed to be in Napa at that point.
Oh,
and I think it's supposed to end right before I go to Napa. And I'm really pissed because I've wanted to go to Napa for a couple years now. Been looking forward to this trip now for like a couple weeks since I found out I was going. And the world's ending instead.
Oh, that is
fucking pissed.
That is a shame.
So
is Napa even there anymore? Everything's on fire there.
There are fires in and around.
Our friend who lives near there, her house is burned. It's gone.
Erica's house burned down?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't want to depress all you guys, but
Oh, no.
Our dear friend who actually listens to the show.
Yeah.
She her house is gone. Isn't that's a shame.
We should put a fund together or something.
There is a GoFundMe. You know what? I'm going to throw her GoFundMe on our TGI members. No, I'll just put it on our page and our members only lounge.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to help her out, she has lost
it on the actual Facebook feed too, so people don't have to be members.
I will.
Of the members.
She has lost literally everything, including, and this is the worst part, her cat.
Oh, Dan.
I know. Isn't that sad?
Oh, I'm really sad right now.
So that's the real end of the world. However, let's talk about the fake end of the world. That's much better. That's much funnier.
Well, now I don't want to talk about it.
No, I just depressed everybody.
Oh, Dan.
I have more sense than this when I don't have alcohol.
Well, anywho, let's do it. So these, evangelical-y types, right? They're all saying the world's coming to an end, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
This comes every once in a while. There's some group that says it, and at this point, we're all just kind of used to it. It's just kind of this end-of-world white noise, right? but when Mormons join in, it gets really weird to me.
Yeah, it's really Mormons. You have to understand, everybody. Mormons believe a lot of weird shit, and I get that. But when it comes right down to it, Mormons are practical people.
Yeah,
They are.
Yeah, they don't go for this kind of stuff. They listen to the prophet, right? And the prophet hasn't said boo about the end of the world, so the end of the world isn't going to happen, right?
Right.
In their minds, I guess. I don't know. It's been so long, I don't even remember how they think. But so there was this woman, Mormon woman, who she had a near-death experience. What is her name, Dan? Do you remember? Julie Rowe, is that the name?
Yeah, that's the name.
So she wrote this book titled A Greater Tomorrow, My Journey Beyond the Veil. Ooh. And also another book called The Time Is Now. But she recounts her experience going...
At what time is the time not now?
That's a good question.
It's now. Every single time you say what time it is, it's now.
You're very deep, Dan.
I should start like a religion. But it's more of an Eastern philosophy type thing. I'm basically Buddha. Call me the enlightened one.
You're a ways off. But from Buddha?
I'm the same.
You're not still enough, Dan. You're not.
We're basically the same guy.
Anyway, so she has this near-death experience where she crosses the veil and she gets shown like the book of life or something of the sort, and she sees sort of the all of time laid out in front of her, including the end times. It's very. Was it Isaiah who had that experience? Who had that experience?
Fuck if I know.
Somebody had that experience in the Bible.
Let's say Isaiah.
I'm going to say Isaiah. And so she reports on this whole thing, and she has this little group of Mormon followers. And this is mainstream Mormonism. This isn't some fringy, LDS, like FLDS or RLDS or some blank LDS group.
Yeah, this isn't just like crazies in some small town in Utah.
No. These are crazies in South Jordan.
Right.
And in Lehi. And
which most of our listeners have no idea what that means, but sure.
Super Mormon suburbs of Salt Lake City.
Right.
So she writes that she has this whole experience. The LDS Church has actually come out and said that her book, it's kind of bunk. And it's not to be used as a resource in any sort of church educational type setting. Right. And the experiences, quote, do not necessarily reflect church doctrine, or they may distort doctrine.
Right. Well, it's so funny because they don't come out and say, this is bunk or this is bullshit. What they say is, this may not be 100% correct.
Well, here is a deal, though.
Yeah.
Boyd K. Packer.
Oh, we love him. He's like the most evil guy.
Yeah. But in 2011,
when he was alive,
during General Conference, he said that the end is not near.
Oh.
He urged young Latter-day Saints to plan to live long, productive lives. So this is a prophet of God.
That was years ago. That was years ago. Now it's near. It's so near now.
So these 4 years have been the long, productive lives that he was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're in the latter days, my friend.
Yeah. But interesting, because Mormons have been, I mean, they joined that whole, this is the generation thing. This is when the returning of the Lord is right around the corner, and be prepared, right?
Yeah.
But now they're starting to say, nah, it's not happening.
Assholes. It's happening. Don't you guys believe it? It's totally, we're all doomed.
Okay. Proceed, Dan.
Doomed. I'm bored. I'm gonna read. I was gonna read this thing about like some gay Catholic who was invited to the White House to greet the Pope, but I don't even care. You know what we should do?
He's a gay Catholic.
Yeah, that's the thing, I guess.
They're the best kind of Catholics.
The gayest ones? The priests, you mean?
Oh,
Boom.
damn.
Boom.
What?
You know what I'm going to do? Hang on one second. Andrea! You should come up! I'm yelling at my wife. I want her to come up. I'm just done with stories.
Oh, Dan.
But maybe she's not.
Dan's getting a little, what is it? A little maudlin? What is this mood that you're
I'm
in?
grumpy. Hi!
Dan's getting drunk.
Andrea
grumpy.
just came in.
Dan's drunk grumpy, Andrea.
I'm jumpy. Come here. Here, come and sit on my lap. We don't have an extra microphone for you,
Do
but
I
come
have
here.
to see this? Do I have
Yeah,
to be
you
in the
do.
room for this?
Yeah, you
Sit
do.
on your lap.
That would be better.
Here, talk directly into that. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
I'm doing a story on a gay Catholic guy who's been invited by the president to greet Pope Francis, and I stopped caring. Do you want to do the story?
Oh my god, Dan, that's nice. Putting Andrea right on the spot like
Yeah,
that.
I've never read this story. It
I haven't
sounds.
either.
Is he supposed to wear a big sign on his chest that says "I am gay"? Because otherwise, he's just a guy.
Oh, Andrea.
Ooh, how about this? Check this out. It does say that here's a quote from him. I'm gay, I'm Catholic, I'm not chaste.
Get used to it, everyone.
Oh my God. He is scandalous. Look, there's like a copy of theoretically the invitation itself.
I bet he gets that priest during confession all hot and bothered.
Oh, for sure. He's like, "Oh, Father, you wouldn't believe what I did this time."
Tell me, son. And do they say son? What do they do?
Yeah, I think so.
My son.
my
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
Leave out no details. Tell me every steamy hot thing.
You won't be forgiven if you don't say all the things.
Yeah, exactly. Andrea, did you know it's our 200th episode?
I can't believe you guys have been recording for this long. It's crazy.
Almost 4 years.
I know. Hang on.
When we hit our 208th, will that be the 4-year mark? It would have to be somewhere 207th, maybe. How does math work?
I don't know. It's like 52 divided by 12 and multiplied by 4. I don't know. It's one of those.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's coming up. The 4 years coming up, and
It's crazy.
I know
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Oh, you know what we should do?
What?
We need to tell them about Joyride.
Yes, let's do it real quick.
Okay, Andrea, I'm going to dismiss you because my leg's falling asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll go to our break and. proceed with the
good
show.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming on, baby. I love you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm sure it was very entertaining.
Sorry.
Next time, have a better story for me to comment on.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow!
Wow.
She just called you out, Dan.
You know what? You're excused from the show. Thank you very much.
I'm taking a piece of pizza and I'm leaving.
Yeah, okay. You can have that pizza. Fine. Bye.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I got an email that said, basically, Joyride.
Here's the thing. I'm going to interrupt you because
Oh, boy.
I'm going to go back a bit.
I don't know where you're going to go.
As you guys all know, we kind of we jumped onto a bandwagon.
Yeah.
They were a startup. They were going to, they were
going to be the next big thing.
and they were going to do all this
Right.
stuff for me. And we were skeptical, but we thought, why not?
Why not let these people basically design a campaign for us and call us up and remind us that there's stuff that we need to be doing?
We're lazy.
Because no, it's not that we're lazy, Dan. We're busy people.
We are
right?
busy. That's
And
very true.
Unfortunately, I let things slide where it's easy to let things slide.
Yeah.
And there's nobody looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
We don't look over each other's shoulder for
No,
this. We
no.
kind of just do what we do every week. And the extra stuff, we just fucking let it slide.
Yeah, it's hard.
Unfortunately.
It's
right?
we produce a show every week, and that takes up enough of our time that it's hard to find any time to do anything more than just produce the
Right.
show.
And so we'd been thinking for a while, we need to have a little bit more of an organized campaign.
Yeah.
To bring in a little bit of money from this thing that we've dedicated a lot of time to.
Right.
Like, okay, so we sit around, we talk about how we don't, we just kind of throw the goddamn thing together and everything. But to be honest, it's quite a bit of work. You spend a lot of time, monitoring the Facebook page, and interacting with our listeners, which thank God you do, because I don't enjoy Facebook at all.
Right.
And so you do that. And so that fills a lot of your time. And I spend a lot of my time with the post-production of the show.
You're essentially our producer.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work.
And it turns out to actually be quite a bit of work. And so I dedicate about a day and a half of work to the show every week, in addition to having a full-time job.
And, if we have people on the show, if we coordinating an interview,
and then there's additional stuff that
it's just so there's a lot of stuff that we do,
and then we hopefully we'd have a little bit of money that we could pay a producer. Hopefully we would be able to upgrade some of our equipment. We had all these like little things in our on our mind that we would like to do, right? And all of a sudden these people from this startup called Joyride contacted us and said, hey, we would like you to come and be one of the sort of the first 20 podcasts to be hosted on our new platform.
They recognized our greatness. And they were like,
and then they promptly put us on their homepage between, and this is no dissing these other podcasts, but one was a UFO podcast and the other one was a British woman reading children's stories.
Ooh, you know what it is right now?
What is it?
I didn't want to do it. It's us in the middle, UFOs are on the left, and Living Sexy is on the right.
Oh, okay. It was that, wow. So that other woman disappeared too.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the thing.
The right-hand side has rotated through a sequence of extremely flaky podcasts.
The long and the short of this is that Joyride is dead. Joyride is
they're closing.
Dying.
So, yeah, we got an email. Apparently, we don't know all the details. They're all moving on to bigger and better things, and congratulations.
They got sort of absorbed into Google in some way.
In some way. I don't fully understand.
But the way that they got absorbed has nothing to do with helping us. So we got
Joyride
kind of
is
fucker-holed by the whole thing.
As of the end of September, Joyride is done.
We're screwed.
They've actually already taken the last round of payments from any of you who have signed up on Joyride.
All of our beautiful Joyride listeners.
I'm pretty sure the last round has already happened. And so that means we are moving to Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, that's the big announcement, is that so all of you who are Joyride supporters, you're not anymore, and
you're not supporters currently. Like with Joyride shutting down, we're not. There was no technical way to like transfer the campaign itself to another platform.
Yeah.
So that means if you would like to continue being a supporter, you will need to go and sign up.
Find our Patreon
on Patreon. So what we're going to do is just like it's always worked, just go to thankgodimatheist.com and look for the campaign page. And there will be a link there to go to our Patreon campaign. And the way that Patreon works, that I actually really like, and it's something that we wanted and hoped that Joyride would eventually do, but they never did, which is the per episode payment model.
Right.
I think this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
So right now we're set up with like monthly payments.
Right.
We're going to be, as this gets all sussed out and worked out and everything, basically you could come on and pledge $1 an episode or $2 an episode. And so every time we release an episode,
or $50 an episode,
hey, if you've got the money,
we're not telling you what to do or not to do with your own money.
I would say I don't know, that feels a little excessive to me.
It feels high.
You might have, but we know you're out there.
Yeah.
We But nonetheless, so this Patreon thing, it's going to be starting up. By the time this show hits, we will have some sort of reference on our website, on thankgodimatheist.com, that will help you get to the actual Thank God I'm Atheist Patreon
God, I hope so.
page. So
if you go there and you still see something that says Joyride on it, then we fucked up, and sorry about that.
You probably won't.
Don't click it.
You probably won't. But
whatever you do, don't click that button. It'll blow up.
But nonetheless,
your computer.
we'll be able to figure out how to make this whole thing work.
Right.
And that's our point. And we're going to be continuing with this. We actually had sort of shut up for a while about Joyride.
Yeah. In case you haven't noticed, we're quiet. We went radio silence on that one.
We were trying to figure out what to do. We could tell that they were very much a startup, and that we were probably going to move on anyway.
They stopped caring about us. It was very sad.
When it started, we got so much attention. No, I'm dead serious.
I know.
And the CEO of the company, he would call and ask how things are doing,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is amazing." And he's like, "Well, it's as we scale up, we hope to always be able to offer white glove service to everybody." And I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Yeah, they didn't even. By the end there was no gloves. It wasn't even like rubber glove service. It was just they just disappeared.
Oh yeah, they were definitely Anyway, I don't want to diss them. They got us going on something which we had been talking about doing, and so I do appreciate that.
Yeah,
that came along. It got us off our duff, and we got a good little campaign going for a minute.
Sure. Here's the thing though. We're going to be desperate. For a minute here, we won't have any. We do have some people who are still on
PayPal.
PayPal.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we got a new thing.
Oh yeah.
Let me find it.
Okay.
While we're doing this, but
someone to thank.
Yeah, but we haven't been pushing that either. We haven't been pushing any of this.
No, because it's Anyway.
Yeah, we're bad at all the things.
No, the thing is, we are focused on
producing content.
It's what we do. It's what we're good at. Or not to my own horn or anything, but I think that's where our strengths lie. And the other parts of producing are not where our talents lie. It's why I can throw together a nice film.
Yeah.
As soon as there's funding.
Right.
I can't do it unless somebody else has figured out how to pay for the damn thing.
Yep.
So
so I want to thank a couple people.
Let's do.
Robert is now a monthly donor on PayPal. So thank you so much for that, Robert. And it looks like we've got Chris, who gave us a really nice, a lovely one-time donation, a very generous one-time donation.
Well, thank you, guys.
So thank you guys so much, and hopefully a whole bunch more of you.
Yeah.
We'll decide that we might be worth your time, and those of you who were on Joyride, if you're willing, it'd be great if you would go onto PayPal and sign up there.
Yeah, it'd be really appreciated. We are going to continue doing the Google Hangout, which has been a great success for the $15 a month people. We'll be restructuring that, exactly how that works.
Yeah,
I'm figuring it's probably like $3 or $4 an episode or something like that.
Yeah, if you're at that level, then
that's how we'll qualify you. But that, of course, is also coming up on the last Monday of this month.
Yeah.
And if things still aren't like all hunky dory with we'll figure out how we're going to keep doing a lot of this stuff.
We'll get it all sorted.
So, that said, there was something else I wanted to mention.
Oh.
PayPal.
I got nothing for you.
PayPal and Joyride. Oh.
Patreon.
Oh. I think we should announce some of the ways that some of the things that are kind of in the works.
Okay. Ooh.
One of the things that has been on our mind for a long time, and we've been trying to figure out exactly how we want to do it, is adding a video component
to the show.
To the show.
Yeah.
So what we think, we don't know how many people this is going to appeal to, so we're going to start small with it. But we're going to be we're going to set up a nice little studio set for ourselves.
Yeah.
We have a dedicated room in the TGIA tower.
Yeah.
It's no longer the purple room; it's the gray room.
It's a sexy gray. I'm going to call it sexy gray.
It's the gray room
Here at TGIA
Right
tower.
now, it's a little cluttery. You may have noticed that our sound has gotten very dampened over the last few weeks. There's a lot of pillows now in the room. There's artwork all over the place. Andrea's kind of used it as a storage room.
Storage room. Well, yeah, there was we had to like do a photo shoot in our home, and we had to like get rid of a lot of clutter and stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll have to move all this stuff out, and we're going to refurnish, and we're going to do something nice for some video stuff.
And Dan's going to be out of town for a few weeks, and so Andrea and I are just going to hit it hard. That's kind of the plan.
Yeah.
So when Dan gets back, hopefully, no promises that it'll happen like immediately upon him being back, but we're going to be adding this video component very soon.
Yeah, that'll be exciting, you guys.
I think it'll be fun. You guys
Hopefully.
will hopefully be able to see something a little different angle.
I don't know that the show itself won't change much, but boy, the
goal is
see
that
it.
the show doesn't change at all.
But you'll see it.
But there will be a video element added to it.
Yeah.
And that's the trick. There's some technical shit involved there.
It is. Yeah.
So that's coming down the pike. What else is coming down the pike, Dan? As long as we're making announcements, we're sort of at a crossroads. We're at this 200th episode.
Yeah.
What do the next 100 look like?
We're gonna do a lot of them from space. We're gonna
Okay. If you'd like to join in on the conversation,
yeah, here, write to us. Go ahead. We don't care.
yeah,
Podcast at thankgodimatheist.com.
or you can leave us a voicemail. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page, kids, facebook.com/TGIAtheist.
And also on Facebook, you can search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge. It's a closed group. You have to request to join.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Mm-hmm. You request. It doesn't mean you're instantly in.
No.
It means that you're now on a waiting list, and it may take
That's so true.
a moment for you to get in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we've forgotten about you.
We're not mad at you.
Right? We're not mad at you.
We're just
Let me tell you, people, the folks out there are clamoring to get into this thing.
it's hard to keep up. I have to go through everybody's thing and stuff.
Everybody's vetted. That's what makes the TGI Members Only Lounge kind of special.
Yeah.
Is that everybody who's there has been vetted, and that's why that's how we're able to keep the community kind of solid.
It's pretty awesome.
And it's a large Facebook community, and my understanding is most Facebook communities, when they hit our numbers, are chaos.
Yeah,
And
I try and
ours
keep
isn't.
things. I try and keep things pretty awesome. So
we're going to take a quick break. We don't know what the audio is.
okay, so
we're just going to go to it.
wait. I'm just gonna pretend like I know, and I'm gonna introduce it. So this is Pat Robertson
Saying something crazy.
talking about the gays and the Christian oppression.
Something.
Okay.
One more question.
Mike says, I keep hearing about a bunch of stuff that's supposed to happen on September 23rd. How much of this should I believe, and where do you think we are in regards to prophecy? You got 30 seconds.
I think, well, the clock is down to 11:59. I think that things are getting ready to wrap up. We've got Jonathan Kahn, who talks about Shemitah. He's coming in another few days, and maybe he can clarify some of the things he's been writing. But I do think the earth is hurtling toward some final conclusion. We all feel that.
Hurtling.
The final conclusion. It's the final countdown.
I'm not clearing the... Shut up. We're not clearing the rights, Dan.
Oh, that's a good point. I think we stayed in under the wire on the time limit on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
You should be discouraging it with a little more fervor than that.
Nope,
To be a responsible broadcaster, in my mind.
That just proves it. We're all gonna die.
What the fuck, Dan?
We are all gonna die.
Fuck?
I'm not gonna make it back from my trip.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
I know. All right. Well, we got Dan a pot of coffee during the break.
Frank yelled at me for being lethargic. I went lethargy on you guys. I got yelled at. Sorry.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Dan?
Well, sorry.
What
All
is
right.
this low energy thing?
Now I'm high energy, just in time for our interview with the really high energy guys. So brace yourself, people.
Because here it comes.
So, we actually have guests for our 200th show, Frank.
Crazy. Why did we do that?
Great question, but
That question
wanted
will haunt your dreams, actually.
Every woman I've ever been with asks the same thing. Why did I do that?
Oh,
And I
gosh.
just tell her, hey, at least
in
it
case
didn't take
listeners
real long.
in case you don't recognize the voices, this is Tom and Cecil from the Cognitive Dissonance podcast. How you doing, fellas?
We're doing great. We're doing good.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
We decided for our 200th episode that we would invite somebody on who actually knew what the fuck they're supposed to be doing with the podcast. Put together a good show.
Is Noah on the line?
Yeah, where's that guy? Where is he?
So you just want to interview Cecil then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Tom, if you could just take a break, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's just like all the other time. Tom is not here.
I start off with a break, and then I just take a break from there.
Yeah. Hey, that's it. Okay, I'm writing that down. So I take a break, and we let Frank do all the work.
Yeah, okay.
So you guys have been going for a while. Tell our listeners who don't know about your show.
It's a lot like your show, but worse.
I swear I know that line from somewhere.
It is a lot like your show, except for we are significantly meaner and I think a little swearier.
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
fair.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of fuckers about that. You guys have been going for a while. I invited you on in part because I don't know what. Maybe you guys can offer some insight into this. Why the hell are we doing this? Why are any of us doing this? Just
I think
throwing
it's
our
the,
voices out
the
into
fame, the glory, the women, right?
Oh,
I do
nice.
I do it so I can get aggravating emails every week.
Because what would we do without that?
Yeah,
honestly.
gosh.
I'm reminded whenever I read the email, I'm reminded there's a line from The Simpsons where one of the writers is standing up from a comic book and he's like, whenever you think about something like that, a wizard did it. It's just like, I don't need your pedantic fucking corrections. I don't need it. I don't want it.
You know, to be honest, Tom and I started doing it we actually recorded another show before we recorded Cognitive Dissonance. So we had a show years and years ago. We started in 2007 called Everyone's a Critic, and we reviewed movies, and we were terrible at it.
Oh my God,
we were so bad at it. But it was a lot. It was initially a lot of fun, and then it became a chore. And we had this sort of weird intro section where we would do news topics, and we decided to split that off because that was a lot of fun to do. And the movies were kind of a chore, and we thought that the movies were going to take off then because once it excised this sort of news portion, no one would care about it. Well, the news portion was the thing that got famous. As famous as podcasts can be, right? So, like 4 people instead of 1 downloaded it. And we were like, holy shit, we've quadrupled our downloads.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We've hit upon the magic formula.
Yeah, really, it's just my mom didn't know that the download button hit multiple times. You know how it is.
Right, yeah.
So
Right.
it was just, but it was really interesting. We got a lot of feedback and a lot of positive feedback,
Yeah.
and then one of the things that keeps us going is we've been to a couple of cons, like conferences and things. Reason Con we went to, and we went to TAM and stuff, and getting a chance to like meet people that have listened. Podcasting is one of these mediums that people actually feel like you're right there with them. And so they almost feel like they're part of the conversation. They just can't really interact with it. And people have become, they've sent us, we've gotten gifts, and, people have sent us messages about how we've really helped them through very difficult times. And I think that those are the things that really keep us going, specifically in podcasting. The pedantic emails aside, some of the emails we get are really great.
Yeah, they are. The other thing, I mean, honestly, is Cecil and I have been friends for coming up on 20 years, give or take, at this point. So as torturous as it must be for Cecil to continue to tolerate me for whatever reason, for whatever reason he does. And so, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's like, hey, should we podcast? It's like, well, wait a minute, I got to call my buddy and chat. Yeah. Okay, I can, I'll carve aside the time.
I'll make some time for that. Jeez.
You know,
the demands of such a business. My goodness,
man, better than working.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. This medium. One of the Frank and I just went last month to the podcast movement convention, and one of the great jokes was that Roman Mars said that when podcasting was invented last year by Cereal, it was we all were very grateful to her. It is interesting. My mom still calls it a blog. The blog that we do.
Does she really? No,
that's actually kind of sweet in some way. It's like,
it's endearing.
Honey, how's your blog? Oh,
right.
That's great.
How's your talkie blog?
Are you guys still doing that computer radio thing? Yeah, all right, Mom. Yeah, it's great.
So what have been some of the highlights for you guys? As you guys have been doing this for what, almost 5 years, 4.5, something like that?
This particular show has been going on for that long, but like we said, we started in 2007. So,
wow.
Highlight. Some highlights. We've had a lot of really great people on the show, but I think some of the best stuff that we've done is the people that we just click with immediately, and so we don't know them, we've never talked to them. But then we just have a great conversation and laugh a lot. And those are some of my favorite shows. And I'm thinking of, specifically like we never met a guy. There's a guy who does a show called The Imaginary Friend Show. His name's Jake. And he's from Australia. And we stumbled across his show and we sent him a message and say, hey, why don't you come on? And it was like we were talking to somebody we had known for 20 years. And he just in, just making jokes and kidding around. And we've had several guests like that, and those are always my favorite. Those are even over the people that are, we interviewed Sean Faircloth, and we had Chris Matheson on, and we've had some people on that are relatively famous. But I think the people that have, Matt Dillahunty, things like that, Seth Andrews, but the people that we've really hit it off with, those have been the best ones.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Jake, I would count. I would go so far as to say I would count him as a friend. David from the My Book of Mormon podcast. I'll tolerate him, on a rainy day, if I have to.
Yeah, sure. He was just here. We just had him on our show, and we showed him around Temple Square downtown in Salt Lake City.
I heard about that. He said he had a blast.
Yeah, it was quite a time.
He's a fun guy.
If you guys ever accidentally stumble into Salt Lake, you should hit us up and we'll take you through.
Yeah, if somehow it's the apocalypse and I've made it out there,
if my plane crashes,
right?
Wow,
it's so
right.
mean.
Don't worry, we'll keep you from having to eat the other passengers. It'll be fine.
You would have to, because I would want to eat them. Yes,
I will fucking eat those fuckers like honey roasted peanuts on the way down. Like the cabin loses pressure, and I'm already through the first class. It's like,
yeah, sure. I get a little turbulence and I bite the guy next to me. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Well, that's so. What's your advice? We need to know how to do this thing better. We're not,
goodness. Going into year 5.
We've only been doing this for almost 4 years now.
4 years.
Wow.
So, do you have any advice? Any?
I do. I have some advice based on
my
my Cecil's shaking his head. He's shaking his fucking head like, how dare you?
I know what this is.
How dare you?
Here's your joke, Tom. I already can fucking tell your joke for you.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Should I tee it up? Okay.
No, go ahead. No, just fucking tell it.
Here is the. No, I see. Now I'm tempted to get serious and give him actual advice just to fuck with you.
Yeah, do it. Make Cecil look like an asshole.
No, I can't. See, here's the problem: is I simply refuse to be serious. Even though
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, the best advice clearly is to find someone to do all of your work.
Yeah.
That has worked out beautifully for me.
Yeah.
And then what you can't find the other guy to do, outsource to a third party.
Yeah.
Yes.
So monetize and then outsource if you can, because that really keeps you fresh. So that the other guy's exhausted, and that's the most important.
This is all sounding very familiar, Dan.
And also,
guys,
if there's any way to
ixnay on the outsourcing.
structurally damage your relationship through your show, I would recommend doing that too.
Loan money to each other. That's probably the best way to
Yeah, because it brings you closer. Is what that does.
Wow, advice like actual, like genuine.
No,
advice?
I think he's happy with the advice you gave him.
Don't
That's
give me any
good
advice.
Yeah.
The worst thing we could do is improve this thing. If we actually do any better, people will start having expectations, and it's
Fuck that.
God, forget it.
That sounds exhausting.
right?
Man.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
That's why I like to set a low bar in all of the relationships in my life. And that way, if I accidentally stumble over it, people are amazed. They're like, oh, you didn't actively screw that up. They're like, yeah,
Right.
nailed it. Nailed it.
I just threw away the bar. I was just like, I don't. There's no bar. If I do a thing, then it's the thing that I did. That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Well, you don't need our advice because you guys are 200 episodes in. That is no small feat. What keeps you guys going?
Oh God!
Yeah, turn the fucking tables. You see that?
Oh man!
Yeah, you did. You did. You know what? It's the same thing as you guys. It really is about these really special experiences that you have with listeners.
Yeah.
There's something just amazing about that.
I am terrified of the listeners too. Like if we don't release an episode right on time, it's just we hear about it, and anyway.
But it's great, when we have meetups with people. When we were in Fort Worth recently, and we had a meetup with our listeners there, and it was just delightful. These people are amazing. So there's something very special about connecting in that way.
Your listeners sound nice. Wow.
I guess that's the thing about us not like going for the good jokes. You guys get
He
the good
wanted
jokes.
to say easy jokes.
Right,
He
I know.
started to say
Then it's
easy,
done.
and then he was like, I'll say good because they're on our show.
Oh no! I will say, for whatever the reason, we do end up getting some amazing listeners. So it's a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And also a treat is having you guys on the show. Hey, we thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks
This
for
has been
having
great.
us.
It's such a pleasure to be on and an honor to be on your 200th episode.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
That's true.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks
thank
so
you.
much. And we hope that you find some success someday.
Yeah, we do too.
We do too. If you find it, send it our way.
Okay, will do. Thanks, guys. Well, that was fun. Those
am so
guys.
glad that we had them on.
They're sweet fellas.
They're really sweet. I will say this. They say fuck a lot.
Well, yeah,
They say fuck a lot more than we do.
it's true. But they're kind-hearted souls, and I'm glad they're very sweet.
They're
people.
great.
So
I
go and
really-
listen to their show.
Really
too.
enjoyed having them on. What's funny though, Dan?
Yeah.
The irony is, in my real life, in my professional life, I say fuck all the time.
In your professional life,
Yes, I just don't say it here.
you're a professional fuck sayer.
In my no, at work, I say fuck a lot because there's a lot to get really upset about. And so when I'm getting upset, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And
But here, no.
can you get, anyway. Strangely the microphone's on and I get all pious and,
Oh yes, you're very holy. You're Pope Frank.
oh, the scrutiny. And I just, you clam up with the F word. Isn't
Yeah,
that funny?
that is
It's like
funny.
my mom's listening.
Well, you do know my mom, and you know that she's probably listening, so
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Maura.
it's okay.
But the thing is, you know she's listening.
And I swear like a sailor.
And you talk about things I would never say if I knew my mom was listening.
Yeah, that's true.
Never.
Yeah.
Not even close. How does that work?
Did
she just get over it years ago? She's
I
like,
guess
I
so.
have a fun, creative son.
Yeah, exactly. I started her down the road to disappointment really early. There's
So
very
she's
little
just happy that you're like
if
doing something.
I'm fed and clothed. She's amazed. She is just stunned by that fact. All right, you crazy kids. Well, thanks for paying attention to us. If you got this far, I'm
amazed.
shocked.
I'm amazed. I'm going to say it. This is not normally what happens. there's going to be some editing in this show.
Yeah, there probably should be.
This show was edited just a little bit, folks.
Yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening. If you would like to say something about how shitty we were today, you can do so by going to the internets where email exists. And you can write podcast at thankgodimatheist.com.
Or you can call 424, which is a Beverly Hills area code.
Because we're fancy. Because we're fucking fancy, you bastards.
No, they had 666 prefix available.
That's true.
424-666-8442.
Yeah, hey, that's fun. You can talk to us. And go to the Facebook page, will you, kids? It's facebook.com/TGIAtheist.
Or also on Facebook, you can search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge.
You sure can.
And request to join.
God bless you.
Dan will maybe someday down the road
I'll get to you eventually.
Someday it'll happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, be sure to check out those Cognitive Dissonance guys.
Yeah.
Please do.
It's on the interwebs.
Dissonance Net?
Dissonancepod.com.
Was that it?
Yeah, I want to say.
All right. Well, let's say that for now. And thank you so much, Mackenzie, for all of your help and for checking in.
Oh, yeah, Mackenzie.
When we're being late with the show.
When we are remiss in our duties. And thanks to the Red Rock Hot Club for the use of their fine gypsy jazz style music.
And thank you, listener, for keeping on coming back.
For not hating us for doing this every now and then.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys!